This is Champ Week, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods.
You got that look in your eyes, I can tell you had bad dreams last night.
Three-pointer is good for Jamal Murray.
Oh, come on!
Ulis again. Bingo!
Frazier with the steal, foul on Thornwell.
And George has made a statement. The SEC on ESPN brings us back to Bridgestone Arena, Nashville, Tennessee, the 57th Southeastern Conference Basketball Tournament. And our matchup, semifinal game 2, Big Blue, Wildcats of Kentucky, the number 2 seed, and the 6th seeded Georgia Bulldogs. The bracket has just one slot left. If you missed the first game this afternoon, you didn't miss much, except an impressive performance by Texas A&M, 71-38, so they're in the title game at 1 o'clock Eastern time on ESPN tomorrow against the winner of the one we have at hand right now, Kentucky and Georgia. Welcome back to Nashville, everybody. Brad Nessler, Dick Vitale has taken a spot up there and brought it down here. So, partner, a terrible first game. We expect better things in the second. And I think you can look the world over, and I don't know if you're going to find a better backcourt than we're going to see in Kentucky, right?
Well, you know, Brad, I agree with you. There's no doubt in my mind the best backcourt in America. I've been singing their praises for the last month. Ulis and Murray, they make such great music together. Tyler Ulis has been a giant with the rock in his hands. Look at that change of direction. Finds the open man, and Murray can flat out shoot the three. Murray, since February 1st, as you watch Ulis drive to the goal, he's been the leading scorer in the country, better than 25 points a game. There's Murray right now, going to show that great shooting ability. Wow, he can flat out shoot the ball.
And if he hits a three today, he'll be breaking a Tony Delk record that's been around for about 20 years. Streaks of three-pointers, and there's what those two guys do together. 37 points. And for Georgia, they've got an experienced backcourt too. And everybody used to talk about, Kenny Gaines and Charles Mann. But I think the heart and soul right now is J.J. Frazier.
Well, you know, J.J. Frazier, the play he made last night to split the trap and score the winning basket was unbelievable. Hey, remember this? Georgia beat South Carolina 3 times. Yes, they got blown out by Kentucky. Throw that game away. It was at Rupp Arena, and at Rupp Arena, no one this year has even come basically close to Kentucky.
Check in, third member of our team is Shannon Spake.
Well, Brad, Big Blue Nation is definitely in the house. But, you know, Tyler Ulis this week, he admitted that when he watches himself on film and he sees how harassing he can be, he thinks to himself, man, that's annoying. Well, today, Tyler Ulis is going to try to spread some of that annoyance on J.J. Frazier. I spoke with Frazier before the game. He told me he has so much respect for Tyler Ulis. The way he plays in control, the way he leads his guys. He said, today, I have to try to make him uncomfortable.
Well, Tyler Ulis made J.J. Frazier uncomfortable in the game Dick alluded to, the regular season, an 82-48 win for Kentucky at Rupp. And here's the lineup for Mark Fox, J.J. Frazier, Kenny Gaines, Charles Mann, Deontay Mayton, Derek Obede.
They got a lot of experience there. Poythress, by the way, had a big game. If he plays like that, Brad, they're so effective.
Tyler Ulis, Isaiah Briscoe, Jamal Murray, Alex Poythress, and Scalabissiere for John Calipari. Our officials, Anthony Jordan, Olandis Poole, Joe Lindsay. Joe's got the ball in hand. The number 6 seed and the number 2 seed set to square off. The winner has a date tomorrow with the Aggies of Texas A&M.
Tell you one thing's a lot of blue in the house, baby. They follow their cats. They love it, Big Blue Nation.
Finally, a little bit of noise in the building. There was no reason to have any cheering unless you were an Aggie fan in game 1.
There's that matchup right now, Ulis and Frazier.
Mayton out on top.
He's a
good
good
by Poythress. Here's Kenny Gaines, and he knocks down a 2 just inside the three-point line.
He's one of the all-time leading scorers at Georgia. He and Mann ranking as hot 20 in the nation at Georgia, doing a terrific job.
Poythress going baseline on Mayton. And Obede pulls down the rebound. Here's J.J. Frazier.
Mark Fox told me before the game we're going to play at a faster pace than we did the first time we played that.
J.J. Frazier jacked up a 3 that was off the mark. Briscoe, a wraparound pass. Labissiere can't handle it. Obede couldn't either.
Labissiere was not ready for that pass. It was a great look by Briscoe.
Mark Fox in his 7th season as the head coach at Georgia has him 1 win away from a 20-win campaign again. He's had 8 of those in the last 11 years.
Sent those cupcakes up to me, and I can tell you this: they didn't play any cupcakes, Brad.
No,
They've got a tough schedule.
I don't know if Cindy made those cupcakes or if he bought those. I'm not sure, but it was a pretty good idea.
Look at the zone now. He's zoning.
Here's Murray. There's the record that Tony Delk once had. It's gone now, Tony. Jamal Murray, another 3.
He can flat out shoot the rock. What an unbelievable run he's having. 11 games in a row, 20 or more points.
Gives Kentucky its first lead, 3-2. Yante Maton's hook is good.
That type of dandy really is getting better and better and better. Rebound scores. He's from out of Bloomfield Hills, Michigan area.
Basically, one of the most improved players in the SEC this year in every statistic. Briscoe, tough catch down low. Goes against Obegde, who won that battle. And Charles Mann brings it back out to Frazier.
Getting good shots is really a key against Kentucky. You don't want to take bad shots and get them in transition.
Man, wide open. He's going to drive instead, though. Knowing his capabilities as an outside shooter, wisely took it in and scores it for Georgia.
You know, he's very physical, very attacking. He's a guy who goes to the foul line a lot. One of the tops in the nation.
And a good drive. Up. Poythress with the bucket and 1.
Poythress really playing well. Had a great game last night. We're going to take a look right here. There's the dump down. Strong drive. Now look at Murray running up that stagger screen. There he is, squaring his body. He's shooting like my guy Nessler. Oh, can he shoot the rock?
Yeah, he got the arrow going there. You can't leave him that wide open, though. He'll kill you. No 3-point play for Poythress. That foul, by the way, was on Obegde. And Kenny Gaines, coast to coast and foul.
They said they're going to play at a faster pace, tempo. Coach was not kidding. Coach Fox told me before the game, here it is in transition. Running up and down the court, they beat Kentucky down the floor. Nice strong drive by Gaines. Seems like he's been around for years.
Well, he and Charles Mann have been there. 4 years they played together, and they accounted for 53 wins in their career at Stegman Coliseum on their home floor. So the fans love those two guys.
Play hard. Well, I like them on Mark Fox's club. They get everything out of their bodies. They play with a lot of intensity, a lot of emotion. Something we did not see out of LSU.
Tyler Ulis. That looked like a walk by Lee, but got away with it. Missed the shot anyway. Frazier on the run. Kenny Gaines triple. Got it.
I'm impressed the way they're running the court, Brad. They are running the court. You can see they're not intimidated at all by the Kentucky jersey and the fact they were blown out earlier this year.
Not only is that shot good, but Poythress picks up a foul. Basket by Gaines, good, and a foul on Poythress underneath. And all of a sudden, Georgia by 7.
Georgia with a great start. Mark Fox, you know, when they play the knockout punch, you know, they're really truly on the bubble. They are truly on the bubble. And if they win this game, that's like a Rocky Marciano right cross. I mean, it's like a Muhammad Ali combination. I know you follow the fight game.
Georgia on a 10-2 run right now. And this could be a 5-point possession. Actually could be a 6-point possession. The basket by Gaines was good. The foul was underneath the basket on Poythress. Georgia gets the ball back. So what a trip down court if they score again.
They're playing with that real slack. They got a little bounce to their step here.
Turtle Jackson feeds to Maton. Maton double teamed and a lane violation against Georgia. So no further damage done with the turnover. And there's what we were talking about, game we did on Tuesday, Super Tuesday, 82-48. Georgia, terrible night from the floor. Kentucky, Murray was great from three-point land, as he has been just about every game.
And Ulis had 8 assists and no turnovers. And also in the game, Georgia had a total of 11 field goals they made.
We're going to have a foul on Georgia. That's going to be on Turtle Jackson. Just came off the Georgia bench. Kenny Gaines getting an early breather over there with an early lead. Same with Obegde.
I wouldn't keep him out too long the way he started this game. I swear, I would let him rest tomorrow morning.
Yeah, morning. If they make a championship game. Ulis. Kenny Paul-Gino with the rebound.
Notice Mark Fox saying, get up the court, get the. He wants to beat them in transition.
Jackson over to man. Mayton would be the top scorer on the floor right now for Georgia.
Showing some patience right here.
A couple of freshmen he's letting play right now, and Jackson and Edwards, 5 on the shot clock. Charles Mann's got to be aware of that. Mayton, long shot, doesn't go. Beat the shot clock though, and Edwards beat the Cats to the rebound.
Good job by Edwards, giving another opportunity. I think Kentucky going to lace them up and come to play, man, because I think they're in for a battle here this afternoon.
So far they are.
The ball screen rotates inside.
Mayton left hand, a little bit short. Murray will pull it down and bring it down for Kentucky. And now Ulis, little stutter step drive. He lost the ball.
Little turnover right there by Ulis. That's so unusual. He's already announced he's coming out to the NBA draft. Most likely be like anywhere from a 35 to 40 pick.
Somebody will get a good player.
Absolutely. Get a winner. Guy with a lot of heart. You want that in your locker room too.
Jackson for 3.
They're playing well, Brad. They're playing well, and they're all fired up. That Georgia bench, they're elated, baby. Hey, call your friends up. Could this be upset city?
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods, proud to employ and support hundreds of Team USA contenders, and Expedia, connecting you to the people and places that matter.
Georgia by double digits here early. 15-21 to go. Kenny Gaines off to a great start.
I'll tell you, incredible start. Brad, he's been on fire. Shooting the 3, driving the basket. Take a look at Gaines right now. Here he is coming up a little curl move, catches the ball, squares his body, knocks down the jumper. There he is now going to the basket in an attack mode. And then he comes back and says in transition, I'm going to step to the three-point line and nothing but nylon. Hey, he also plays a mean case of the drums and a piano. I heard he can really play on that piano. He's making music right now.
Multi-talented, definitely. You know, one of the things that these Georgia Bulldogs will tell you that Mark Fox is not afraid to push their buttons. In game, in practice, he's actually challenged Charles Mann a lot this season to become more vocal. Or, I'm sorry, Kenny Gaines to be more vocal, to step up from a leadership standpoint. But, you know, Mark Fox told me this morning on the phone, we must get Kenny going early, and they've done it.
Yes, they have. Off to a 10-point lead right now. Here's Murray around a pick for 3. Short, got his own rebound, though.
See, I think there's something about teams that are desperate. There's Tyler Ulis. They needed that big bucket, and the Kentucky faithful scream. These teams that are desperate to get in the tournament. We saw, for example, Michigan beating Indiana. And you see it right here. They're playing in a desperate state of mind.
Ulis all over Frazier. The shot or pass, you take it how you want it. Obede makes it count anyway. We'll give an assist to Frazier.
Obede in the right place. He had an injury earlier this year and didn't play a whole lot.
Frazier now picks up the foul going down on the other end. Trying a shot here if he was laying it up there for Obede. I think it was a pass, actually.
I disagree. I think that was a shot, an air ball. I don't know. It just doesn't look like an air ball. But we'll give him credit. And he'll say, hey, that was a pass. Brad Nessler is right.
I bet the scoreboard over there is going to give him an assist.
Yeah, probably.
Tyler Ulis misses the first free throw. Get a load of this. You saw that graphic about how much better a start Georgia's had in the first 4 minutes than they did at Rupp Arena. How about they have more points at the first TV timeout than LSU had at halftime today?
And that's with Ben Simmons, who's considered to be the #1 pick in the NBA draft. John Calipari told me before the game, we were talking about #1 picks. He said, I got the #1 pick. He's on my team. Jamal Murray. If they want another Curry, take Murray. I said, are you a little biased maybe, John?
Kessler having trouble.
I want to pick up that dribble. Comes from a family that's been very good at Georgia.
Frazier, great ball fake. Got the man to fly by, and he knocks down his first shot of the ball game.
They are so effective. They are playing exceptionally well, taking good shots.
Here's Hawkins on the outside, and that one goes up and over the backboard. We'll go back to Georgia with a 10-point lead. J.J. Frazier last night leading scorer with 20 points, some huge plays, and especially on defense.
There's J.J. changing direction.
Got Murray to fly by and then nailed it.
Yep.
Mark Fox has substituted 12 times already in the early going of this game. He's got the luxury of having a double-digit lead, so he can bring in some of the other guys and keep the starters fresh.
He wants to keep them fresh down the stretch. You know Kentucky's going to go on a spurt.
That no doubt will happen. Charles Mann and a foul, I think, on Maton underneath, backpedaling in on Marcus Lee.
A little screen problem. Hey, you look at Georgia's resume. They beat South Carolina 3 times. They beat Clemson. They've had some good wins, and they lost 6 games. Unbelievable. By less than 7 points. A tough, tough schedule.
Backdoor cut by Murray. Great pass by Ulis, and look out on the landing, Jamal.
You could not draw that up any better, that backdoor cut. You cannot draw that up any better, my friend. We're going to watch this right now. Great backdoor cut. Unbelievable. We're going to right now, there it is. Look at Murray. Great vision, and there's the cut to the goal.
Foul is on Gino, so a chance for a three-point play for Murray. That wakes up the Cat crowd.
That can give you a little momentum right there, Brown. A play like that can get you on fire, get you rolling. But they're going to do something defensively. They have not had an answer so far early in this game to stop Georgia on offense. Listen to that crowd. That's the Big Blue Nation, baby. They get loud. They love their Cats. Sometimes to a fault. Overdo it.
Jackson. Now Edwards, the freshman, being hounded by Labissiere, and he goes over him anyway.
Nice play on the inside by Edwards. I mean, Kentucky was really focused on that defensive possession, and yet they could not stop him.
Murray trying to feed Labissiere down on the low block, does, and he goes baseline with a hook shot.
He's getting better and better, Brian. You see some of the skills that everybody talked about when he first arrived in Lexington, Kentucky.
10-point lead's been cut to 7. Maton on the drive, and he got the ball to drop.
What a terrific drive right there. He actually beat Ulis. He beat Ulis to the goal in that scenario, and no one rotated over to give help.
Actually, that wasn't Maton, that was Mann.
Man.
9-point advantage with 12:31 to go. NBA coming up tonight. Thunder in San Antonio against the Spurs at 8:30. Then tomorrow, LeBron and the Cavs take on the Clippers at 3:30 Eastern. Coverage begins with NBA Countdown presented by Straight Talk Wireless. Both games also streaming live on Watch ESPN and the ESPN app.
Tell you one thing, you'll see some great players in those 2 games. Talent galore.
So this year with the foul, it's first. Georgia by 9. They have led throughout with the exception of 3-2 when Murray hit the opening 3 for Kentucky. Edwards asking for the ball against Poythress. Man goes the other way after the pick was set by Maton. An offensive foul.
Tell you one thing, last night they were on fire. Shot 78% the first half. Unreal.
Here's Man on the drive. Poythress does a good job getting position. That one could have gone either way, I think, but a nice job by Poythress of hitting the deck.
Hey, one thing, Georgia on fire this afternoon. They weren't last night. They're on fire. Kentucky, lace them up, my friends. They're meeting a team that's hungry. They want the NCAA dance badly.
Murray missed the 3, but he'll go to the free throw line for 3.
That's a silly play right there. Anytime you foul a 3-point shooter behind the arc, that is a silly, silly play.
Foul on Kenny Gaines. We got a timeout with 11:54 remaining first half right now. Georgia surprising the Kentucky Wildcats 23-14. Dogs by 9 here in the first half over the number 2 seed Kentucky Wildcats. You saw J.J. Frazier with that shot before we went to the timeout last night against South Carolina. He was sensational again.
Watch this right there when he split that trap. And there he is with the floater in the lane. And that was money, man. That was a big-time play. There he is with a defensive stop. And that was a great play at the end. That put the end for South Carolina. In fairness to South Carolina, they played without Guerrero, and that's a big, big loss.
And J.J. missed that second free throw on purpose last night so the time would run out. Shannon?
Brad, you see how Mark Fox is moving his guys in and out to keep some of his guys fresh. He told me earlier this morning, coaches that tell you that they're not concerned about fatigue are lying. He said, it is a major concern for me coming into this game. Of course, 3 games, 3 days. They had that late game last night. A couple guys got IVs overnight just for fatigue. And so he said it was a major concern. He said, our goal is to just make it through the half and get to the second. And then once our feet catch up, just stay in the game.
Yeah, I think you said a mouthful there, Shannon, in that they didn't even start that game last night until about 9:45. So 9:45 Eastern time. And so when you have that late game and then you have to turn around and play again less than 24 hours later, I don't care how young you are, even your legs would get a little wobbly.
My legs are always wobbly, man. They're always wobbly. There he is with that stroke. I just love this kid. I think this kid, I remember Dan Schulman calling me and telling me about him. He's from over Canada, and he saw him in the Pan Am Games. He said he is going to be special. And the second half of the year, since February 1st, I said earlier, he leads the nation in scoring at 25 a game. Right behind him is Cap Barber, who I hope comes back to school for NC State because I think he could be the Buddy Hield of next year.
The ball is from Kitchener, Ontario, Canada.
I know he's one of John Saunders' favorite, too. Because John, you know, is another Canadian.
Absolutely. John's been wanting to skate out here the whole week that he's been here. Wanted to rip up the floor and get on the ice for the Predators. 11 and a half to play. 5 on the shot clock. Frazier driving. Scoop shot won't go. Murray last touched it, though, as he goes into our camera guys and the cheerleaders. Nice hustle. But it's going to be Georgia ball. 1 second on the shot clock. So either a quick touch into Obede maybe, or they're going to put some more time back on. Joe Lindsay's going over to have a look and see if they're going to add anything to the shot clock.
You know, while they're looking at that, Brad, think about this. You're talking about getting hot at the right time. Georgia's won 5 games in a row. That's their longest win streak. And during that 5-game winning streak, our guy J.J. Frazier, yes, Mr. Frazier, is averaging 22 points per game.
I think they're going to say the ball hit the rim. And it did right there.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
so that would reset the shot clock. It wouldn't be at 1. Well, so far they haven't changed it.
They got to bounce to their step. Look at ready to run on the court. The Bulldogs feel it. They feel they can win this game.
They're going to leave it this way. I don't think this is right. I think Anthony Jordan's going to stop play again and say, wait a minute. Mike Nance is sitting over there looking at the monitor. I mean, we just saw it.
Absolutely.
It's our camera on top of the backboard. It hit the rim.
Hit the rim.
You can see the rim bounce. Now they're going to reset it. They got it right.
Yes, they got it right. That's the key.
Yeah.
Getting it right. Might have taken a little long time, but they got it right because I got to go to Mass at 5 o'clock. So I'm leaving you.
You would have left me in that first game, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah, I would have left.
You would have left me at the altar in that one. I know you would have.
I felt bad for you. I'll tell you that.
Here's Gaines, who had the quick scoring burst at the beginning of the game. Pull-up jumper. Not that time. Nice rebound by Charles Matthews in the lineup for Kentucky.
Yeah, Matthews gives him that defensive guy, plays hard. It's what they call a blender. Does all the little stuff.
Poythress backing in and now going with a shoulder over Kessler. Didn't get the shot to drop. It was a good-looking move, and the ball is out to Georgia.
You know, Poythress is all year long. Has a good game, bad game. He can't seem to really get that consistency. He's very talented. As you said, that was a heck of a move he just made to the goal. I don't believe he scored yet. Has he scored yet?
Poythress has 1 basket.
One basket.
And Georgia careless on the pass. Approaching the midway point of the first half.
Murray wants to post him inside, take advantage of his size.
A lot bigger than J.J. Frazier, and he shows it with that turnaround jumper.
That's just smart basketball. That's being cerebral. Very smart. He knows he's bigger, stronger, and shoot right over the top of him. Oh, listen to that. Listen to that. Wow, they love him, man. They love it.
Lead down to 5 as the fans come to life.
That's a great lift for
Gaines for 3. That one rimmed out as well. Rebound comes off to Willis. And Kentucky can cut further into Georgia's advantage. Willis, three, got it.
Ulis knew where he was all the time. Willis with the trifecta.
And now it's down to 2 at the midway point of the half.
And you're not shocked. You expected a spurt. They're too good. They're too talented.
Let's see if Georgia has a response. Frazier got fouled on that, and he'll go to the free throw line. Good call. Poythress came out and leveled him as he took the three-pointer.
Very good call. There's no doubt about that foul.
Derek Willis, when he was out with that injured foot, that took away some of that. Great three-point shooter. Big guy on the outside.
Ulis did a great job finding him, Brad. He had great vision on that penetration. Then look at Murray right now. Going to go a little post-up ability right here. Spin to the baseline, and there's a little jump shot.
And now J.J. Frazier will step up to the free throw line, an 81% free throw shooter.
In the 5-game win streak, he has really been on fire on the free throw line. He's gotten to the line quite a bit as well.
J.J. only had 4 points in the regular season matchup at Rupp Arena. He's going to equal that if he hits this next free throw.
In the 5-game win streak, he's 39 for 45 on the free throw line.
Got that one and now can complete the trifecta. Don't forget, brackets open tomorrow. Fill out your NCAA bracket at ESPN.com/bracket or download the Tournament Challenge app. Brad Nessler, Dick Vitale, Shannon Spake, John Saunders, Sean Farnham, all here this afternoon at Bridgestone Arena. SEC semifinal to find out who's going to play Texas A&M in the title game tomorrow.
And we'll have that Selection Sunday show tomorrow night. It'll be a lot of fun. That'll be my usual rant about mediocrity, getting the bid over greatness. Mom and St. Mary's better be in that tournament.
As John said to you earlier, your usual rant, you rant all day long. I don't know what's going to be any different about a bracket show.
You're right about that.
Murray has to give it back up as Gino trying to stay with him. And Georgia has to switch off. Edwards now trying to stay with Murray. And Ulis is open, gave up a 3. Backs it out with 8 to shoot. And now he will shoot. Scoop shot up good.
What an incredible move right there. Splits the defense. My buddy Larry Conley told me before the game, he said, pound for pound, inch for inch, the best point guard in America. And I say amen to that. Congratulations, Larry, being honored here as a legend.
Larry's named a legend from Kentucky. All the schools had a legend out here today over the course of the days. And there's my former partner on Tuesday nights, Larry Conley, one of Rupp's runts back in the 60s, and a well-deserved honor to be named the Kentucky legend today.
There was a fair player in that team also. He's done a pretty good job in the NBA over the years.
Pat Riley?
Riley. I went to the Hall of Fame with Pat, and what a great guy.
There's another Hall of Famer, John Calipari, on the Kentucky sideline, where his team is down only 3 right now. Feed down low to Mayton. Hook, good.
Nice little play inside to Mayton. He's had a lot of double-doubles this year. Very effective on the inside.
Georgia's going to have a strong cast next year with Mayton and Frazier leading the way. Nice drive by Ulis. Not sure how he got that one in there, but he did.
Tyler Ulis, winner. That's what's played to describe him. Winner, big heart. Good, very skilled. Oh, there is with the
a steal with Ulis.
Oh.
And he lays it up and in, and the lead's down to 1.
He almost missed that lay because he turned back to look at the defense rotating. I love it when you see the passion of fans who care about their team. They have given this team a lift because Georgia came out with a real strong punch to start this game.
Jackson, pull up, three-pointer off the mark. Mayton, offensive rebound was strong, and he got it back in there.
Tell you one thing, they have no answers on. Mayton's really playing exceptional basketball around the basket.
Deontay 6'8", 240, and he's using every inch and every pound of it right now.
Look at this. Look at this. He's bringing it home. What is
Georgia's bringing in a whole new 5 the next time we have a stoppage of play for a TV timeout.
He's trying to pull all the punches, psychological and every other one.
Murray from 15, yes.
He can pull all the punches he wants. As long as they got Murray and Ulis, they got a chance. They got a chance.
30-29, Georgia. How much better is this game than the first one, huh?
First will put me to sleep, and they will wake me up to go to the studio. Nice
Mayton,
pass.
tough catch, blocked, and lost out of bounds by Kentucky.
Great job executing, getting the ball inside, but defense was terrific.
Georgia's going to bring a fresh 5 into the floor on this timeout, but everybody getting in the act. Ulis with the steal and the layup. And then Jamal Murray, as Dick said, you can bring in all the defenders you want, but 23 can, as Dick would say, flat shoot the rug.
He can shoot the rock, baby. No doubt about it.
Spurred by some Georgia turnover problems and spurred by Jamal Murray, who's putting on a shooting clinic right now.
There he is with the jump shot from the baseline. Now watch him moving off the ball. The great head fake and the backdoor cut for the jam. I'm going to watch him right here post up. He just spin to the baseline. The jump shot. Hey, the two guys, Ulis and Murray. As you're watching Murray there, another jumper. He's got that soft touch. They got 22 there, 29 points. I mean, that's unbelievable.
Jamal 4 out of 5 from the floor right now.
You always have a chance to win when you have great guard play. And they have superb guard play.
This guy's pretty good too. Frazier got it.
He is very good. I'm impressed with Georgia, really am. You look at Mann, you look at Gaines, Frazier, they got some good players.
Scoreboard put the score up wrong right now. It's Georgia 32-29. Now they've got it corrected here, Bridgestone. Must be a Kentucky scoreboard person with a finger on the wrong key over there. Here's Ulis for 3. Rebound, kept alive by Humphries. The big guy underneath.
He's giving him some quality minutes in games with his size, space. Certainly did in the Texas A&M game before he got called for that technical.
We showed you that in game 1. The technical that most of Blue Nation would say cost them the regular season title outright.
I think they have a legitimate argument right there as well. But you know what? All they got to do is win here, and they get a chance to play Texas A&M, and that'll be truly for the championship. That'll be truly for a championship, not only tournament, but for the whole year.
Gaines working. Ooh, what a pick set by Kessler. And somebody needs to say, hey, Briscoe, Kessler is right behind you. Look out for your jaw. Watch this one.
Yeah, Kessler laid a big screen. Here it comes. You got to communicate, man. Somebody's got to communicate. They got to let him know. They got to let him know, Shannon.
Well, guys, no signs of fatigue in that Georgia huddle. My goodness, the energy level is pegged. Mark Fox telling his guys, we got to keep fighting. We have more to fight for. Everyone's here. They're looking at Kentucky. We got to get out there and battle. But specifically, he said, get back. If they score, just get back. I don't want to have to go against a set defense all day.
At the free throw line is Derek Willis.
Now just remember, people, this game is vital to Georgia. If they want to play the NCAA tournament and play in terms of March Madness, they must win this game. It's as simple as can be. They must win it. Kentucky, they're playing for pride. They want to continue to be a dominant team of the SEC. They want to win the tournament championship.
Derek Willis cuts the Georgia lead down to a single digit again as we're just under 6 minutes to go in the half.
His kick can handle the rock. I'll tell you, Brad, he can flat out handle Frazier and look like an orchestra leader.
Looking for Obede to give him a screen. He'll take a long 3. And Willis rips down the rebound. And the Cats can lead if they score this trip.
He shot that from Memphis.
So did that one. And off Kessler out of bounds.
Kessler's family, Alex was a great player. Played in the NBA a little.
That was Alec, who's his uncle. Chad was his dad. They both played at Georgia. Murray off the inbounds pass. How about that?
I mean, they were right in his face. They were right in his face.
15 for Murray, and the Cats in front. Nice answer by Georgia on the other end. And we've got our first tie of the game.
Georgia led by 10 early in this game. I'm telling you something. Murray, you think his stock's going up on him?
5-minute mark. Tie game at 34.
He really moves without the ball better than most players I've seen who are scorers. He's not just off the bounce.
He's going to get it back and let it go. That one's short. Frazier ahead to Gaines. Gaines is going to take it over Murray and got it for 3.
Tell you one thing, Gaines was on fire to start this game. They're not backing down, man. This club is really playing with a lot of confidence.
Willis to try to tie it. Ulis won the battle for the rebound. And He's got J.J. Frazier all over him right now. Fans looking for a foul. Mark Fox fired up over there for his team's defense. Boy, Foxy is sweating over there. He's working it.
He was really fired up at the end of that game in South Carolina.
Willis. And it's going to be a foul over the back on Wilridge, trying to get the rebound.
Is Georgia running up and down the court? They want to really run to that. They run to the three-point line. What a shot right there by Gaines.
And here comes 5 fresh Bulldogs again.
And there's Murray coming off, making the pass, the entry. They don't find him. And he knocks down another 3.
Kentucky, that guy's got the same move. Actually brought his ball with him.
I'll tell you one thing, can't shoot it like Murray.
Georgia, if you add everybody together, 32 substitutions so far in the first 16 minutes of the game.
This is what I'm talking about, 2 teams playing with pride, playing with heart, which I didn't see in that first game. Certainly out of Texas A&M we saw it, but we didn't see it out of the LSU team.
A&M just waiting and watching this one to see who they'll play at 1 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow on ESPN.
I asked Caruso up there, the guard, so who do you want to play? Kentucky John. I said, I don't want you to be Donald Trump. I don't want you to be Hillary. I want you to be no politician. He said, well, obviously we got to play Georgia, be a little easier, I think. I don't know, but he said, you know what? I want to play against the best. We want to play Kentucky.
Doesn't look easy right now, that's for sure.
They're a good basketball team. They're better than what I expected, to be honest with you.
I've seen them a lot this year, and I agree with you. And you said it best earlier, some really close losses and some impressive wins out of the 19 they have.
They've lost 6 games by 7 points or less on the quality teams.
Man for 3. Got it.
I got a lot of guys who can hurt you. When man makes the 3, that's big news because he's a driver and a slasher.
And a guy that got to the free throw line over his career more than any Georgia Bulldog ever, and made more free throws than any Georgia Bulldog ever.
You know what impresses me? The fact that Kentucky made a run, took the lead, and you would think that a lot of teams would start to fold. They didn't fold. Ali gets every touch going his way, man.
Even the bounce. He got the shooter's bounce there. He's got 17 first-half points.
Ashley Judd jumps up with joy, sitting right behind me.
Are you the only person here? Sitting right behind all of us.
All of us, yeah.
Edwards out to Jackson as we hit the 3-minute mark. Mayton, that's a tough catch, not a very good pass.
Well, they pushed him away from the box, too. Got him away from the box. He wants to go back in there.
Wow. Good-looking hook over a 7-footer.
They have answers in every place. I mean, really, every time Kentucky makes a play, they come back with an answer. This is a quality game right now.
Murray going to work against Gino. Gets a double team, and Jackson comes up with a steal.
You realize they have 48 points total against Kentucky in their first matchup.
And they got 42 right now.
42 right now.
Man picked up his dribble and looking to get rid of it, get it back over to Jackson.
And that's a no-no. You don't want to pick up that dribble out in the perimeter.
Jackson is going to take a step-back jumper, I think, and he bounced it off his foot. And now he will take that jumper. And he got it.
He was really desperate for that jump shot. He wanted it badly, Mr. Nessler. I mean, look, Mark Fox is so fired up. Now another 5's coming in.
Turtle Jackson coming out of his shell. Big three-pointer. He's got 2.
They're up 7 again.
Minute 50 to go in the half. Ulis with 8 on the shot clock. Got Mayton on him right now. Has to get rid of it. Got it to Briscoe. That's not his shot. Short. Kept alive, though. Kentucky gets the rebound, and a jump ball gives it to Kentucky.
You know, Georgia would like Briscoe shooting that perimeter shot.
1:36 remaining in the half. Georgia's getting everybody in the act, including Turtle Jackson. 3. Dogs lead.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by H&R Block. It's refund season. Visit hrblock.com today. And AT&T, mobilizing your world.
Let's take a look at our tournament challenge resume, brought to you by Acura. This is what we were talking about with Georgia with a 19-12 record. Over 500 double-digit wins in conference play. Strength of schedule was strong. Bad loss at Auburn. Beat South Carolina, as Dick said, 3 times, including last night.
Well, you know, that's why he sent over those cupcakes to us. He said, no cupcake. Look at that 27 schedule strength. And they played some really quality teams. We lost a tough game to Seton Hall, who, by the way, now is in the final with Villanova in the Big East tournament battle. Kevin Willard done a great job with the Pirates.
Mark Fox in his 7th year with Georgia. Last year they were 11-7 in conference play. The year before that they were 12-6. This year 10-8. And at the free throw line is a guy that doesn't miss many from the free throw line. Derek Willis. Oh, beg your pardon, inbound play. He was standing at the free throw line. Murray tried to dribble through traffic.
I thought he got fouled.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I thought he got fouled. You know, you mentioned the records of Georgia. It's the first time in the history of the school 4 consecutive years of being 500 or better in the conference.
Called the foul on Woolridge.
Don't want to put him on the line.
I didn't see Woolridge around him, to be honest with you. It looked like Gaines maybe poked the ball out of there. Foul looked like it was on Kenny Gaines, not Woolridge. I don't know if they're going to change that or not. But at any rate, it puts a great shooter at the free throw line. And he doesn't need to alter his stroke at all. He's hitting everything that goes up there.
So splash. I mean, beautiful rotation.
You know, Cat fans Dick was talking about, they said, I don't care if I'm in section 314 and I can't see the floor. I'm going in. I'm going in. I'm wearing blue. That's 30 rows up in section 314, by the way.
We got a little better seat, don't we?
A little better.
And we got a little better night, too, because when we leave, they give us a check. Full court pressure right now.
J.J. Frazier broke that. Got it to Gaines. Gaines 3. Got another one.
I think they welcome the pressure. They would welcome the pressure with Frazier and Gaines, the way he can shoot it, the way he can split the traps.
Kenny Gaines with 12. Ulis is fouled. 48-40. Georgia's led virtually throughout, and Mark Fox wired in this one.
Hey, you're a scorer. You got to stay aggressive down there. You make good decisions. That's a good job. Hey, boy. We got to defend to finish the half here now. We got to defend. Defend your rebound. You got 2 non-shooters in the game. You can be more helpers. All right?
Whatever Mark is telling him, his team has scored as many points right now as they did the entire night at Rupp Arena.
That was a disastrous night. They really couldn't do anything right. Kentucky was making the threes. They dominated everywhere on the floor. And right now, they're in a battle, man, a battle.
Down to a 6-point advantage again as we approach the 1-minute mark.
Mark's probably saying to himself, can we end this game at halftime? Can we end at halftime? Let's go back to Athens.
Well, if they could end it right now, they wouldn't be going to Athens until sometime tomorrow night. Gaines missed from the right side from 3-point land, and here comes Briscoe. Gaines went up to try to block it. It went in anyway.
Well, that's what he does well, Briscoe. He's an attacker. He's a driver. Came out of New Jersey, a high school prep superstar.
Georgia wants a timeout, and J.J. Frazier has to call it. He looked over at the coach, got it across the timeline, and took the timeout with 38.7 to play in the half and a 4-point Georgia lead. Coming up on the Volkswagen Halftime Report, John Saunders, Sean Farnham will be along. Their look at this first half and what they saw. They'll talk about Michigan State a little bit and what tickets are punched and what aren't. The fellows are waiting.
I'll tell you one thing, Brad. The eye test. You look at Georgia, it's hard to believe that there would be 35 other teams better than them. As 36 at-large teams, they got to be one of the 36. Looking at them right now, the way they're playing here in the first half.
Gaines with Murray on him now.
It's a nice little matchup, Murray and Gaines.
There's a good one, too. Frazier and Ulis. 10 on the shot clock. Frazier weaving through traffic. And he's fouled.
Terrific job beating Ulis right there off the bounce, trying to help, getting fouled, going to the line. And he's been superb in their 5-game winning streak on the line. Almost 90%.
JJ with 3 more points in this one than they had the entire regular season matchup between these two teams.
They're going to feel pretty good psychologically going into that locker room at halftime.
This is going to be their highest scoring first half of the season, whether he makes these or not.
You know, Mark said before the game, maybe a little tired there. Mark said before the game, I'm going to play the fast pace. We want to go up and down the floor. We're not going to back it out.
Tell you what, they're playing like their coach because he has been working it over there on that sideline. And the second one goes. So Georgia by 5. Frazier's going to come out. Doesn't want him to get a cheap second foul. Plus, he'll put a little bit bigger bodies out there on the Cats, who will have the last possession of the half, barring a turnover.
Well, last year, Cats won this tournament. 28th SEC tournament title. Will they get 29?
Tyler Ulis, 8, 7, 6. Time to move.
Wants to penetrate.
Ulis, fade away from the elbow. No good, but Briscoe almost tipped it in.
That was almost a great athletic play by Briscoe. What a terrific first half.
The most points Kentucky's allowed in a first half this season. The most points Georgia has scored in the first half this season. Shannon's with John Calipari.
Cal, what are the things that you've been demanding out of your players in this first half?
Play, but what's happened is they're playing harder than our team. Second thing that's happened, and Mark's doing a hell of a job now. This is their 3rd game in 3 days. He's platooning, he's subbing in and out. He's really coaching his brains out here, and they are playing harder than us, and they're making a ton of shots. Now, if they make all those shots in the second half, we're on to the next tournament, because they're making like every jump hook, 3, and that happens sometimes.
Thanks so much, Coach.
I think well said. John Calipari talking about Georgia's effort more than his own teams, and they weren't bad either. 49-44, Georgia with a 5-point halftime lead. It is time for the Volkswagen halftime report. John and Sean are standing by, fellas. This is Champ Week, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. The SEC on ESPN, and in this case, the SEC Basketball Tournament edition number 57 from Bridgestone Arena, Nashville, Tennessee. The Georgia Bulldogs pulling a surprise in the first half, 49-44. They lead the number 2 seed Kentucky Wildcats. As you take a look at the backcourt comparison, Kenny Gaines and J.J. Frazier, 24 between them. Jamal Murray, Tyler Ulis, even better, 31 between those two cats. And it's been a great backcourt comparison so far. It's been a great game for Georgia. Welcome back, Brad Nessler and Dick Vitale. Shannon will be along in a minute. I tell you what, Dick, Georgia doesn't look like they're going to go away right now. They've already played way better than they did in Kentucky in the regular season, and this is the first time Kentucky's trailed at halftime in the last 18 games.
Unbelievable. I'll tell you one thing. Kentucky to win's got to get some productivity on the baseline. I mean, last night, Poythress is sensational. This game, he's 1 for 3. They got 2 fouls quickly on LaBissiere, sat on the bench, played 4 minutes. They can't just win with their guard combination, because they have a guard combination that helps to negate the superb play of Murray and Ulis. The front court's going to have to contribute for the Cats to be able to survive and get to play Texas A&M.
Let's check in with Shannon.
Well, Brad, Mark Fox just told me that when he met with his guys last night, he said, this is how we can win the game. We have to platoon. We'll have 5 different guys, 2 or 3 minutes at a time, but you guys have to buy into it, and you have to give it all for 2 to 3 minutes, and he says they've done that. Now the key for the second half for these guys, defensive pressure. That's where he wants to see it ramped up.
It'll be interesting to see if Georgia can hang on to a lead. You know that Kentucky will go, as Dick said earlier in the first half, on a spurt. They did. They got close, but every time they did, Georgia had an answer for them. Here's Mayton against Poythress. Goes one way, comes back with a hook that's short. Ogbede got the loose ball, and LaBissiere's got his 3rd foul.
He's going to go right to the bench right now. That's why he got 4 minutes of playing time. He's going to get number 3 right here.
And Ogbede hits the deck hard.
Ogbede really working hard on the glass. Had injuries earlier this year. It's become a factor for them on the inside.
The shoulder problem early in the season, would have been a starter. Missed a lot of time, and now he's just kind of rounding back into form in the past month.
See, Kentucky cannot rattle their backcourt. They're not going to rattle Frazier and not going to rattle Gaines. Gaines has got 14 points. He had 17 total in the first 2 games in the SEC.
And man just threw it right to Tyler Ulis. Briscoe trying to leave it for a trailer, and he left it to J.J. Frazier.
Well, he lost control of his body.
Each team with a turnover in the opening 45 seconds. That could have been one, too. Dangerous cross-court pass. But Band was able to go up high and bring it down.
Look at a great spacing right there. Tremendous job eliminating help. They're a well-coached basketball team. Mark Fox, I agree. I echo the sentiments of John Calipari to Shannon about how they're really prepared for this game.
Oh, my goodness. Knowing what you can and can't do without height, and J.J. Frazier knows it as well as anybody, I
That
think.
was a sweet velvet move to the goal. Great spacing. He created that, spread the court, opened it up for a one-on-one maneuver.
Georgia up 7. Poythress in deep, and Maton knocked it away from him and out of bounds.
They're really spaced out on the court, and there's a big gap in seam, and he finds that gap, and Frazier knows how to finish.
Man's going to go out, and Wilridge will come in. Georgia has made 46 substitutions in the game so far.
Holy Joe Shannon, he's going to rush players. Once we'll play 2-3-minute spurts, play hard, got to zone it. They come out of the man.
I know a guy that can shoot him out of the zone once they get it in his hands. There's Poythress inside, though. Nice move by Poythress.
They need that out of him. He shows at times, Brad, how superb he can be. And then he disappears. He disappears. I had him against Vanderbilt. He was unbelievable. He was great last night.
Is he on your all-David Copperfield team with the disappearing thing? Maton fouled before the shot.
I'm impressed. I didn't know you knew David Copperfield. Wow.
I didn't say I knew him. I just figured he was on your team.
All right, look at this move right here. Oh, kept the pivot foot down. Nice move inside. Goes one way, up and under. A lot of guys, a lot of times, will walk in that scenario. In fairness to the kid, he's had so many injuries in his career.
Yep. He goes out right now. And Lee comes in, Marcus Lee.
Lee, very athletic. Look for him a lot with the lob.
Frazier and Ulis, that's worth the price of admission just watching those two dudes go at it. Maton, jumper on the outside. Oh, he's going to be dangerous if he gets where he can hit that all the time.
Maton's become a real solid player, and he's only getting better and better in the future.
Whistle before the shot by Ulis.
What's impressive me is Georgia got an answer. Every time Kentucky makes a little spurt, here's Georgia. Look at Maton right there. Steps back for a little jumper. So effective around the low box. Now he adds a medium-range jump shot. Takes him up another level.
Foul was on J.J. Frazier, so he's got 2. Nobody in any real foul trouble except Labissiere. And that ball knocked in midair by Wilridge out of bounds off the hand of Murray.
Kentucky needs some help, man. Some help on that baseline to help Ulis and help Murray.
Willis, another threat from the outside as a three-point shooter. Ulis will try a long 3. Got it.
He really improved his shooting. I mean, a little question mark when he first arrived at Kentucky, but he has improved his shooting.
Tyler has 15. The crowd is on its feet again. Lead down to 4. Obede gives it up. Wilridge. And now Kenny Gaines got free momentarily, but he missed the 3. Obede, tough offensive rebound, and now Maton's got a second one.
They out-hustled Kentucky right there in that sequence. 3-on-1.
Ulis, another 3. And traveled.
Never got his balance right there, but in that previous possession, Georgia just out-hustled him, out-scrapped him for the 2 offensive rebounds. There's Ulis right there with the long-range 3. Look at our rotation, the backspin.
So now Edwards will inbound it right in front of us in the Georgia backcourt. So Edwards and Jackson, who hit 2 threes in the first half, out there with Gino, Maton, and Mann. A much different looking unit again for Mark Fox.
He keeps changing, man. He keeps changing that lineup. And the results keep staying the same. There's a ball screen up on top.
Switch off there. Ulis was on Mann, and now Mann trying to lob it into Maton, and that's a dangerous pass, and then he picks up a foul to boot.
That was a bad play right there by Mann.
All the way around of a bad play.
We'd like to have that possession back. Look at that side. Look how animated he is. Look at Mark Fox. He's so animated. Hey, he's gaining. He's trying to lose those strands up on top.
He'd lose a couple if he could hold on to this lead, I'll tell you that much. Ulis got free again. Nobody picked him up. He missed the shot, though. Willis Offensive rebound, and he's fouled. And I think it's going to be on Mayton.
You know,
Mayton saying, please don't give me that foul. Oh, boy, Mark Fox is really hot. Joe Lindsay's trying to look him off right now so he doesn't call a T. He's going to go over and talk to him. He is going to go over and talk to him.
You don't want a T now. You don't want a T now, Mark. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. Team's playing well. Don't give them momentum.
Joe Lindsay lets him vent and walks back to midcourt.
That's a good bit of officiating.
It
Let
is.
the guys sometimes vent it out. Get it out, you know.
We've had great officials throughout the tournament here in Nashville.
Nice hustle by Willis to keep that ball alive.
Well, actually, the foul should have been on Jackson, not on Mayton. He's the guy that hit him in the head.
Game is on, my friend. Game is on.
Down to 2.
It's a good one. Call your friends up, man. It's a good one. Can Georgia make the big dance? This game, I believe, for them is a must, even though my eye test tells me they certainly belong in the tournament.
They did give that foul to Jackson, not Mayton, so they had it right.
Well, good job of officiating, Mr. Nestor. See, those are your 2 eyes really working.
4 minutes into the half, down to a 2-point game. J.J. Frazier got his man to run by and a little teardrop. Good-looking shot, 14 for Frazier.
I love the way he gets free in that lane. Use that little floater.
Wow, nice drive. Frazier went down and holding his shin, I think, or his ankle.
Wow.
I didn't see what happened, and it's right in front of us. Georgia clinging to a 4-point lead. They can't afford to not have that guy out there, and Coach Fox is down on one knee to make sure he's going to be okay. That's a concerned head coach about his star point guard. See if we can see what happened. He took the shot, and then he landed on the foot of Charles Matthews.
Yeah, no
Turned
question.
his ankle.
Stepped on that foot. You're right, Brad. He's the one guy. He's their orchestra leader, the maestro man, their leader.
If you're a Georgia Bulldog fan, that is the last sight you wanted, was J.J. Frazier with a heavy limp heading to the Georgia locker room. They're obviously going to look at that ankle. They'll retape it, but right now that does not look like he would be capable of coming back. That's going to leave the backcourt Charles Mann, Kenny Gaines, and this guy, the freshman Turtle Jackson.
Turtle Jackson's going to have to give quality minutes at that point guard slot. They're going to come after him. A lot of pressure on him right now.
Gaines with Murray on him. Jackson hit 2 threes in the first half. He might have to take another one here. Now it'll be Kessler from way outside. Rimmed out a 3. Obede kept it alive, I think, with a foul on Lee.
Tell you one thing, Obede is out hustling the Kentucky front court. He really is out hustling Lee right there.
Tomorrow, after bracketology, premiere of the latest 30 for 30 film, Fantastic Lies, the story of the Duke lacrosse team, an off-campus party and the accusations that followed. Careers were ruined, reputations tarnished, and lives were changed forever. Fantastic Lies, 9 Eastern tomorrow. Also streaming live. Watch ESPN and the ESPN app. Jackson will take another 3. And he banked that one in.
It's an off the bank, a blackboard.
Career high for Turtle Jackson, 3 threes today.
Well, that's really a great sign for Georgia. When those kind of shots fall in, that's a great, great sign.
9 points for Jackson. Previous best was 6.
What a time to get his career high.
No kidding. Ulis, no basket. Foul on Kessler, and Kessler's limping a little bit.
Got a little isolation right there for Ulis. Man, this guy is working. Is he earning his cash on that sideline? There's Jackson right there. The bank is open, as Mr. Brando would say.
Right now, Kentucky's going to bring Derek Willis back in, and he'll join Matthews, Lee, Murray, and Ulis.
Kentucky's had a very difficult time defensively coming up with stops.
Georgia shot 61% from the floor in the first half. They've cooled down, but that's what got them the lead of 5 at halftime, and they've stretched it to 7 on 3 different occasions here in the second half.
They rotate out of his zone back to the man-to-man.
Murray. That 3's off the mark. Rebound Obede. He's becoming a rebounding machine right now.
Obede really out hustling the whole Kentucky front court.
He's got 8.
Terrific job on the glass. Murray hurried that shot. Big square's body.
Kenny Gaines trying to get away from Ulis. Again, Jackson playing the point with J.J. Frazier in the Georgia locker room on a bad ankle. Let's check in with Shannon about that.
Yeah, Brad, he's still back in the locker room with the trainer, but you guys saw him walk off. He was able to put a little bit of pressure on that foot, but I'll tell you what, looking at his eyes, he had the looks of, let's get some tape on this baby and get me back out. It's all about Georgia maintaining this lead while he's in the locker room.
His coach concerned, his mom, Tanya, concerned. I know one thing, he might only be 5'10", but it's 5'10" of guts. If he can play, he's coming back.
He's a lot like Ulis.
Nice up and under, just not a good finish for Jackson.
Now Kentucky's got to get some play out of other people other than this kid.
And Ulis runs into a whole bunch of red jerseys there. I don't know who they're going to call the foul on. Kessler, I guess.
Poythress has got to go inside and want the ball. He's got to want the ball down in a low box, get a little hungry for it.
So that's 3 fouls on Kessler off the Georgia bench.
The zone on the out of bounds play.
Willis, 3.
That's a big three. As you said earlier, he can step out and shoot that free. That's one of his great strengths. Every time they get it like this, there's always an answer by Georgia. The Bulldogs find a way to get back to 7. Let's see if Kentucky can dig in defensively.
Gaines with Murray on him, go straight over the top. In, out. Kessler kept it alive for Georgia.
That's another possession. Just strictly out hustling Kentucky on the glass.
Obeyde hook shot. That's short. Kessler follows it in.
Another one. Unbelievable. I haven't seen Kentucky out hustle, out scrap like this in a long time on the glass.
Ulis rejected by Jackson. Kenny Gaines going the other way. He's got Murray on his hip. He's going all the way in with a left hand to draw the foul.
John Calipari's got to be really upset. His team is not playing with the emotion and intensity that a John Calipari team plays with. Georgia wants it more. They're desperate. They absolutely are out hustling the Cats.
The reaction from John Calipari. Gaines at the free throw line. This is the guy that you want there if you're a Georgia fan, he or Frazier.
See, another example right there. They get down to 4, it's up to 7 already. They always seem to have the answer. And not many clubs do against Kentucky. When they make a run at you, a lot of teams just fold over and roll down. This club is not rolling over.
If he hits this one, it's the second biggest lead of the game, and he does. It's up to 8.
Biggest was what, Brad? 10?
19-9 was the biggest lead.
Poythress wanted the ball. Get him the ball inside. They got to get him involved.
He goes over Maton and got the roll.
Thank you. They got to get him involved. Got to have a little balance between your perimeter game and your interior game.
This time Mann's going to bring it up for Georgia. He's going to run into a double team, but he got it over to Gino. And now Briscoe trying to press the attack out closer to midcourt. Defensively.
Briscoe, a real good, strong defensive player. Very physical.
Mann's going to call a timeout. He couldn't find anybody to get it to. Not a timeout Mark Fox wanted to take, but Charles Mann is saying, hey, you guys got to come to the ball. If I pick up my dribble, maybe it's my fault, but somebody get open. Georgia up by 6. We got 12:25 to see who plays Texas A&M. And it might not be Willis Reed coming out for the NBA championship, but it's J.J. Frazier coming back out for the Georgia Bulldogs. Got a little hitch in his giddy up, went straight to his head coach and said, I think I can do it, coach. I think that's what he said. Check in with Shannon.
Yeah, pretty much. You can see he still has a little bit of a limp, but he did go over to Mark Fox, and Mark Fox said, you want to go back in? And of course, he said yes. Mark Fox said, let me see you run up and down a little bit. So we did. We'll see what happens.
Briscoe on a drive and a good one and a foul.
Nice play by Briscoe to get the score on the inside. You know, last night they had 65 points, Georgia. Already, look what they have. Unbelievable. They got 62.
And a chance for 59 right now for Kentucky. If Briscoe can hit from the free throw line. He's not a good free throw shooter, but he hit his first 2 in the first half. And here comes J.J. Frazier.
There was no doubt he was going to play. I mean, when he went over to the coach, there's no way he's going to say, Coach, I can't play. He's a winner, man. He's a gamer.
Jamal Murray, I think, just sort of looked at him like, dude, what are you doing back out here? And Briscoe's perfect from the free throw line. 7 for him. The lead's down to 3 again.
Full court pressure, trying to get him to play a little more aggressive.
And that's who they're pressing, but it doesn't look like it's a problem. He goes all the way.
Charges.
And charges.
Yeah, a little bit out of control. See, I think he came in. He wanted to prove I can help the club. And maybe he went a little bit too much. Oh, we got a good one, people. We got a good one. Can Georgia realize the dream and become a tournament team?
Championship tonight on ESPN. Here in the SEC Championship, Brad Nessler, Dick Vitale, Shannon Spake, Sean Farnham, John Saunders, and our ESPN crew on Champ Week, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. And it's been a dandy. Kentucky 1 possession away from evening this thing up. A trail by 3.
Those 2 games are going to be great tonight, though. Kentucky, Virginia, certainly Kansas and West Virginia. 2 great matchups.
Tyler Ulis on the baseline looking for a screen from Poythress.
I said Kentucky, I meant North Carolina. Who played like A game. If they played their A game like they did against Notre Dame, I think they're a team that'll be tough to beat.
Poythress, hook shot, got it.
They got to do more of that. They got to do more of that. Get him really involved offensively. Give more balance to their team. Here it is. They got it down to 1, baby. Let's see if the Bulldogs have an answer. They've had one all afternoon.
Maton. There's your answer.
He really does have an answer. I'm going to tell you something. He's headed for a big-time year next year. Really is. He's got so much confidence. What I like about Georgia, they got that swag. Got beat by 34. Do you know they also lost by 34 at the Texas A&M?
Well, if you're going to lose to the 1 and 2 seeds in the conference, you might as well get hammered.
Yeah, by 68 points. Not bad. Go inside of Poythress again. Go to Poythress.
I think he wanted to get it. He finally does. And his hook is good again.
They finally listen to me. They're hooked up in that timeout. I know California's got a wire on me.
No, you're just that loud. They can hear you from here.
That's pretty good, though. I like being loud. Because it's a time my vocal cords didn't have me loud.
Not a good pass by Gino. Georgia's got to be careful and protect the ball a little bit.
You know, Brad, Gino's got a good assist-to-turnover ratio, 2.44, so he handles the ball effectively.
He had 4 rebounds last night that were all vital in the win over South Carolina. He doesn't get enough credit for the sub-minutes he puts in there. Shannon?
Well, you know, Mark Fox telling his guys, just calm down. He said, listen, we are rattled, absolutely, but we're still up. And he had a direct message for J.J. Frazier. He said, don't play hero ball. Be smart. Because Frazier is absolutely feeling that ankle, guys. He is fighting it.
That's a good point, Shannon, because I thought initially he came out wanting to be a little hero.
Maton for 3.
I mean, what can't this guy do now? He's starting to make threes, scoring on the inside. Every time Kentucky gets that little closer and closer, they come back again with a little knockout punch.
Midway through the second half, 67-63. Georgia, the 6th seed, trying to surprise the number 2 seed Kentucky Wildcats, who are so used to being in the title game in the SEC. Nice move by Briscoe, but he didn't finish it. And Frazier with the rebound.
Tell you one thing Georgia's done here in the second half. They've contained Murray. They're not giving Murray many looks. He had a great first half at 19.
Hasn't scored in the second half at all. Frazier was thinking about a long one. And there's the pass to Maton, and that was blocked by Willis. And Willis is out in front of everybody, but they don't get him the ball. They should have. There was nobody back on Murray, on the Willis, I beg your pardon.
They got to find a shot for Murray, too. Get him a little involved offensively. No points here in the second half. Great first half.
John Calipari being as animated as Mark Fox now. These 2 guys are going at it as their teams are. Ulis, 3. Got it!
Big time shot right there. That's a momentum builder right there. The big trifecta. But a little guy, Tyler Ulis, player of the year in the conference, and he deserves it. Somebody was telling me, how could he get it over Ben Simmons? I said, are you serious? Are you serious? Not even close.
1-point game again. Will the Dogs have an answer again? Frazier almost got it swiped by Ulis. Gaines pull up. In and out. Rebound, Kentucky. They can lead for the first time since the first half. Ulis backs it out.
The place will explode if they take the lead. Big Blue Nation will rise.
Lob underneath. Right back to Ulis for the lead. Not that time. Briscoe. Yes, that time.
That's a big-time offensive rebound. Listen to Big Blue Nation. They love their Cats.
Georgia trying to quiet that crowd, but they're in a frenzy right now at the 8-minute mark. Frazier to Edwards. Edwards had it rejected by Willis.
Great defensive play by Willis.
Murray's going to go to the free throw line to try to add to a 1-point lead, but it'll be after this timeout.
And if you're a Kentucky fan, you like the idea that Murray's going to the charity stripe.
7:45 remaining in the ball game. And they have reason to go crazy now if you're wearing blue, because Isaiah Briscoe, the freshman, has given the Cats the first lead of this half.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods, proud to employ and support hundreds of Team USA contenders. And new Gillette Pro Shield with lubrication before and after the blades. Shields while you shave.
Let's take a look at today's Capital One Cup impact performance. Tyler Ulis in the game, 18 points, 6 out of 13 from the floor. He's got 5 assists. He lit up the crowd when he got it down to a 1-point game. A couple of three-pointers in this half, 3 for the game.
He's only got 1 turnover, too. That's another great asset he possesses. He doesn't turn the ball over as much as it's in his hands. You would expect more.
Georgia led for 30 minutes and 27 seconds.
Look at John scribbling, scrambling, using a race. I wonder how much they saw right there. I wonder if they knew what he was writing. I think he tried to make like a coach right there. Has he coached at all? Has he ever coached?
I think so. He's been wired today.
I'm just telling you, will you rebound the ball? Rebound the ball, rebound, two-handed rebound, rebound the ball. If you do that, you win the game.
That's a good point, because Georgia has out-rebounded Kentucky today and gotten a lot of 50-50 loose rebounds.
Tell you one thing impressive. Ulis, ready for this? 22 consecutive games with 5 or more assists. Murray's heading to go for his 12th consecutive game.
That's an ongoing Kentucky record, by the way. Murray, that's his first point of the second half, and there's 2 for the half, 21 for the game, and the lead, the biggest Kentucky has had.
Now we see what Georgia's made of. Remember, they're playing with a lot at stake. They want to get in that tournament, and this would be that knockout punch.
Obede trying to go up with a 2-hand shot that didn't go.
Kentucky's really elevating their defensive game.
Mark Fox looking for a foul as Obede tried to get a shot away through a double team. Frazier, by the way, is not out there right now. It's Mann and Jackson in the backcourt. Gaines isn't out there either.
So he's out there by cheering for his team now. He really is a great teammate.
Kessler's going to try 3. Got it.
Wide open.
Oh, it's a 2.
Wide open. Stepped right across that line. Big basket. They needed that. First time they've been down, as you said, down 3.
They've got the scoreboard wrong again in the arena. That has it tied at 70. That was a 2-pointer. It's 70-69.
Trying to get Murray. They can't get Murray free for a shot here in the second half. Georgia doing a great job finding him.
Poythress trying to go baseline. He's cut off by Obede. 7 on the shot clock for Ulis. Goes through a double team, and a foul, I think, is on Kessler. That'll be 4. Kessler hit that shot earlier, and the folks here in the arena thought it was a 3-pointer, but his toe is on the line.
Kessler steps up into that basket. I don't know where that 3-point line is, but they'll take the 2 right there.
He's got 4 points off the Georgia bench, but he also has 4 fouls. And here comes 5 fresh dogs out of the doghouse.
He's not changing. I think he's not changing his strategy. I don't know what the score is. I think what they've done.
This is like the Predators do when they got the ice down here. They just change lines.
We following hockey, huh?
Not really, but I know they play here.
I have a tough time. Red line, blue line, green line, white line. John, we're going to get John down here. He understands it really well, John Saunders.
Ulis.
He's money. What a year he's had. In fact, he, I believe, for a season, he's going to break the season record for assists in terms of average assists, better than 6 a game. John Wall had it. What a player he's turned out to be in the NBA.
So he joins Murray with 20 or more in the game. 20 right now for Ulis. And the lead is 3. One more time.
It's where they really miss J.J. Frazier. Veteran, experienced player. Makes big shots.
Gaines back out there now. Georgia's senior guard, lost the handle, lost the basketball.
He might have got away with one, too, with the left arm on the drive.
Kentucky got the timeout.
Alternate possession.
So the lead is 3 for the Cats with 6:24 remaining. Texas A&M's already advanced. They put a whooping on LSU today, 71-38, and
wow,
a great game that we have right now. Kentucky leads Georgia. The winner of this one meets the Aggies for the Southeastern Conference Tournament Championship at 1 o'clock Eastern Time on ESPN tomorrow.
You know, Brad, they had 49 points in the first half. They had 20 here in the second half, Georgia. Kentucky's tightened it up defensively, and everywhere you go, you see blue, 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 and blue. I certainly credit to Mark Fox for the great job they've done on Murray in the second half. His only points are on the free throw line. He scored there, taking away his looks.
Briscoe going to try to drive on Frazier, muscles it in there, and scores.
He's made some big plays here in the second half, Briscoe. Did a lot of that when he played on a high school level. Overpowered guys on the drive. Now he's going to work on his perimeter shot.
He's hit double digits, and the lead has hit 5. Georgia now desperate for some offense to try to stay in this thing. Maton battling through a double team. I think Briscoe's going to be called for the foul. I'm not quite sure. And that is going to be the call.
I think we're getting to what we call danger time right now for Georgia. It's getting to that danger point. As Briscoe with the drive to the basket. A lot of weapons, Kentucky.
And he picked up the foul on the other end. So fresh shot clock for the Bulldogs at 5:35 remaining.
There's something to be said about teams that play in a desperate state. Emotionally, the intensity, the passion, and that's what Georgia's been playing all afternoon with.
Frazier gets it back to Maton. Maton with the hook. And a whistle and a foul on Kentucky.
Yeah, Maton got fouled, going to go to the line. He's had a solid afternoon.
Fouls on Marcus Lee. Maton's been a good free throw shooter, too. We've seen him hit a 3 today. We've seen him hit some mid-range jump shots.
Hit a jump hook in the lane. I'll tell you something, too. The Kentucky players really have to deal with. Everybody plays at an incredible level against them. If they're a 3-star player for 40 minutes, they're going to play like 5 stars. They get that every time they're on the floor. Duke gets it. North Carolina gets it.
As John Calipari would say to us, every game is a T-shirt game for us. Every time you go into an opponent's arena on the road, they've got T-shirts or pom-poms or something for Kentucky, and they don't have for everybody else. I
know one thing. They're not going to lead the league in rushing the court down in Kentucky. Look at the orchestra leader. He's just like that orchestra leader. Takes charge.
Briscoe all the way under. Didn't take a shot.
Goes back again. Oh!
That's why he didn't take the shot.
What a play! Are you serious, Mr. Briscoe? The New Jersey Flash with the baseline. Reverses. Goes back. Dumps it off. And the Cat fans love it.
I think Georgia's got to get Kenny Gaines a touch. Well, we're going to have a foul before anybody touches it. It's going to be on Poythress.
You know, we said danger time right now for the Bulldogs.
It's going to be 4 fouls on Poythress. And it sends Maton back to the free throw line where he split his last 2.
Made the second team All-SEC, along with Frazier. Look at this. Now he's going to come back. He's going to come back. Teammate wide open. Jumps it in. Wow, great job at dumping that ball in.
Dante Maton, the sophomore, at the free throw line. Rolled that one in. Poythress will sit with 4 fouls.
It's been a good game all afternoon, man. It's really been tough, tenacious. A lot better than that first game you had.
Poythress one of 4. Make it 5 Wildcats in double figures right now. Maton got them both.
Maton's doing all he can to keep the Bulldogs right there, knocking on the door. He's the maestro man with the ball in his hands. He's like about 7 feet when the ball's in his hands. Forget about 5'9". He's a giant. Made my first team All-American team.
Gets it down to 10 on the shot clock. Briscoe has a look at the shot clock on the other end to see where it stands, and now gets it back to Ulis.
Oh, nice fake.
Got Edwards in the air, got the 3 in the air. J.J. Frazier. That one saved by Murray. And back to Ulis for 3. Got it!
Give him a second opportunity. You can't do that. Not with that talent. Not with that talent.
Gaines for 3 on the other end. And Georgia down by 7.
Here come the Cats. Here come the Cats. We could have a showdown tomorrow for the SEC championship. Not only the tournament, it would determine basically in the eyes of everyone who was the best all year. If they split, did they split?
They only played once, and it was overtime.
But it was that heartbreaker. But we're tied in conference play in terms of records.
Murray.
Oh, get a TO, baby. Get a TO. Get a TO, Mr. Fox.
He wants J.J. Frazier to get it in the front corner and then call it. And there it is. And now this place is going to light up. .328 remaining. The Wildcats. Murray with the save. The ball moved to the corner to Ulis for 3. And now the lead is 9. Champ Week presented by Dick's Sporting Goods, and the Kentucky backcourt has accounted for 57 of their 81 points. That being Ulis and Murray with 23 each. Isaiah Briscoe with 11.
Briscoe made some big plays when they needed them. Some big plays. Take a look right there. What you just said. 57 points between them. It's the heart and soul of their team.
Yep. And now Georgia needs some offense in a hurry. And Mayton's trying to get rid of the basketball. Now he finally goes forward. And does pick up a foul from Marcus Lee. Shannon?
Brad, Mark Fox just told his guys, hey, listen, we were down at South Carolina. We were down against Ole Miss. Don't give up.
I like that. I like that don't give up attitude. There's only one difference. This is Kentucky, not Ole Miss.
No offense to Ole Miss.
No offense at all. I mean, no offense. But I mean, talent-wise, look at the talent level a little different than what Ole Miss puts on versus Kentucky.
Speaking of talent at Ole Miss, the performance Stephon Moody put on the other night was one for the ages.
Oh, Moody's a tremendous talent, tremendous player.
Dante Mayton's closing in on 20 right now, too.
That's why he was all SEC second team.
Had Kenny Gaines been able to maintain what he did early, it might be a different story. But he's only got 2 free throws in the second half for Georgia.
Well, it's not over, man. There's a lot of time on this clock. 3 minutes to go. Gaines can make some threes.
Right now, the Dogs are looking for a stop. They need a stop first before worrying about closing the 7-point gap.
I tell you, Gaines has done a great job getting right up in the face of Murray here in the second half.
Poythress over Mayton. Mayton got a piece of it, and he got it back. There's the stop.
You know, you talk about a big possession. This is a big possession right here for Georgia. This is like a must possession. Trying to get back in this game. Little ball screen up on top. That's wide open. You got to go strong.
He went too strong. Either that or there was some indecisiveness in there about whether he should try to slam it or put it off the window, and in doing so, he missed it all.
Yeah, they got the shot they wanted, really. Good execution, but they don't convert, don't score. I think you're right about the indecisiveness. He was like hesitating. It was too wide open. Big turnaround, could be like a 4-point turnaround because you scored a 2 there. Now they come back and get 2 here.
And Willis hasn't missed from the free throw line. One of 5 Wildcats in double figures. Looking to add to it. John Calipari wired.
We needed this. We're built for this. Let's finish this thing off. Hey, I hope they make a run, make free throws, so it comes back to us, because we got to see what we're made of.
John Calipari's always been big on that. I hope they make a run. I want to see what you're made out of. Well, right now they're made out of a 9-point lead.
He's great saying that. He don't believe that.
I know that.
He doesn't believe that.
But if they believe it, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
He doesn't believe it. You and I don't believe it. Sean and John don't believe it. Shannon doesn't believe it. But Frazier.
That's a prayer.
Yeah.
That's a prayer. Kentucky in total control here the last 5 minutes. And the key reason, that guy with the number 3, Ulis, up
Right on the
point.
baseline right now. Around a screen.
But I like, too, you don't see him force shots. Here, Murray didn't get shots in the second half. Gaines played him tough. But he never looked to force, take bad shots.
Murray's going to take one there over Gaines and got it.
That's a good shot for him. That's a good shot for him. Oh, they're going to love this kid in the NBA when he goes there.
Foul is going to be on Willis.
Well, think about this. February 20th, it was 79-77. Kentucky loses by 2 in overtime to Texas A&M.
And the blue arrow strikes again.
Tomorrow afternoon, we'll have that showdown, it looks like. Texas A&M, number 1 seed, and Kentucky.
26 right now for Murray. The lead, the biggest it's been.
I mean, the way they came out of the gate, that first half, Georgia was absolutely super.
Charles Mann misses from the free throw line, his first trip there today. Kentucky went on a 23-7 run in the last 8.5 minutes to turn what was an 8-point lead, at 8-point deficit, I should say, into a 12-point lead.
And that's what the great teams do. The teams like North Carolina yesterday had a 24-point run against Notre Dame. And have that ability to just break games open. They'll have a tougher time doing that, though, against Virginia and their defense.
Ulis going to take his time. He and Murray chewing up some of this clock that has 1:35 left.
They're just better at making some free throws, and they're going to the finals. Spread in the court. Well coached. Got a little spread in the court.
Ulis goes in. No foul called. Ball out of bounds to, I think it's going to be Georgia.
Ulis looking at the officials like, hey, I was player of the year in the conference. You mean to tell me I don't get a call here? I was player of the year. I'm a PTP'er.
That's a good call. That was knocked out by Briscoe. So 11-point lead, 1:23 to go. Selection Sunday, 5 o'clock on ESPN. Tomorrow we'll reveal the NCAA men's field of 68. Teams are announced. On SportsCenter, Reese, Jay Will, Jay Bill, and Seth anchor the coverage. Dick will be along with analysis, and so will Joe Lenardi. Then at 7 o'clock, Bracketology, presented by Staples, continues coverage for 2 more hours with more breakdowns. Dick will probably have a nervous one. It all happens on Selection Sunday, also streaming live on Watch ESPN and the ESPN app. Again, you're going to see Ulis go up. Georgia's player, Mann, had his hands on it, and then there comes the swipe by Briscoe to knock it out of bounds.
He really wasn't fouled on that play at all. Talking about minutes, Ulis and Murray very rarely come out of the game. John Calipari keeps them on the floor. Well, tonight I'm going to see the Grand Ole Opry.
There you go.
There, hang there. Listen, a little country
You're a
music.
Connoisseur of many things. I'm sure you saw Celine Dion in Vegas. Now you go to the Grand Ole Opry.
I saw Josh Groban the week before. I love music. I love, a lot of people think I'm 24/7 basketball. I love shows.
You put one on every time you put a headset on.
I have a lot of fun, Brad. I had a lot of fun for 37 years, a lot of them with you.
About 25 of them. Frazier. Whoa, way
Why
outside.
did you hit him there, Tyler?
He didn't mean to. Tyler Ulis is hitting his own jersey saying, Coach, I didn't mean to do that.
If he wasn't Tyler Ulis, he'd be on the bench. But because it's Tyler Ulis, I'll accept it. I'll accept it.
It's been a good battle between number 30 and number 3 today. Number 3 has gotten the best of it so far again, as he did in the regular season, but J.J. Frazier's played very well.
I'm getting a lot of help here from my right from a young lady by the name of Reese. Did you ever meet her? She's really a nice girl.
Yeah, I have met her before.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've been
That's
paying her
your daughter?
bills. I've been paying her bills for 28 years.
She's making big money here tonight, though. She's making big money.
She's got the cash working tonight, yeah.
Tough break, Georgia, when he went out of the game. When he got hurt, their momentum, everything changed. But I'm not taking it away from Kentucky because they elevated their game. This kid always smiling, loves to play.
It's going to be a great guy to have back to lead the Georgia team next year. It'll be a senior season next year, junior out of Glenville, Georgia.
He and Nathan will be a nice combination.
No doubt. That's something to build on for sure. We've seen a little bit of what they expect from Turtle Jackson, too, next season in his sophomore year.
You know, came out here and made a great effort, Georgia. They really did. Not like what we saw at LSU in that game against Texas A&M, where they had no energy at all. They really came out. They played desperate early in the game, got themselves a lead, but Kentucky really good.
Even though Georgia's not going to make up, I don't think, this deficit in the next minute and 11 seconds, you think they're an NCAA team? Or they should at least get a consideration? I do.
I think they're in the bubble. I think they're truly in the bubble, depending on what else happens. They have enough strong situations on their schedule of strength. They really have done a great job in terms of playing quality people. So I think they're truly taking a bubble bath. If I were Mark Bucks, I would go back to my room today. I would get all the papers, read, and sit in a bubble bath and get the rubber ducky out and dream and hope and pray I get that big.
You think Johnny Jones is sitting in a bubble bath right now?
No, the bubble, they drowned. They drowned. It's over. No bubble bath there. Jimmy Bam's going to bubble bath. I know that. He's going to take a nice bubble bath tonight. Sit there and dream of that tournament, hope and pray. The question will be, does the committee lean to mediocrity from the giant schools, or do they go and recognize the smaller schools that had great seasons?
Georgia going to try to press and then foul immediately. Man will foul Willis. That's not the guy you want really at the free throw line, but he had no choice.
You know, like I would go the route of, I was the little guy all my life coaching, so I'd go the route of the Monmouths and the St. Mary's. I think those are two teams that absolutely have earned the right to be in a tournament. Some of the others have had great years, the Valpos and them, but I think they know the rules. They had to win their league, and they didn't do such. St. Mary's beat Gonzaga twice during the season, won the conference regular season. Monmouth had a phenomenal year, beat some heavyweight teams. Beat the Irish in Notre Dame, beat Georgetown, beat UCLA. I know those teams would have great years, but they're still elite power conferences.
Willis has hit all 7 of his free throws today.
Hit a couple
Kentucky,
of big threes.
22 out of 25. You win a lot of games going 22 out of 25.
You win a lot of games when you guard play like they get with Ulis and Murray. I've said it. You were there in the Florida game. In fact, you were the first one to say to me, because everybody was almost a lock, Ben Simmons Player of the Year in the conference. And you said to me, I'm not convinced. I think that Ulis really finally everybody started to realize, you know, to the victor goes the spoils.
And this is going to be a Kentucky team that's going to spoil Georgia's dream of making it to the championship game, because it's almost over now, less than a minute to go.
Now John Calipari is going to win his 25th game. Another year of 25 or more. What numbers he's posted at Kentucky. And with the class he has coming in next year, some say, Paul Biancardi sent me a note today, said could be his best class ever.
That's saying a lot.
Then think about it.
Yeah.
Think about Carl Anthony Towns and all those kids. They had Lyles and Booker and that gang last year. Willie Cauley-Stein and that group. I mean, unbelievable the kids they got coming in. Malik Monk, Bam Adebayo, Aaron Fox is a terrific point guard out of Texas. You got Gabriel coming in at 6'9". It's unbelievable. It's just the beat goes on and on and on.
Willis and Poythress and Murray go to the bench as the reserves come in, and a standing ovation over there from the crowd behind the Kentucky bench.
Someone asked me earlier last night, they said, are you surprised he's able to be so consistent with his recruiting? I said, are you serious? If he can recruit at Massachusetts, and with the budget they had there, I mean, Kentucky's phone budget is bigger than Mass's entire budget.
Tyler Ulis, I think you'll try to get him out of the lineup as well, and he will get another one of those ovations as he goes to the bench with another superb performance. 25 for Tyler today. 90-78. Frazier leaves it underneath for Edwards, and he'll go to the free throw line. So Georgia's going to fall to 19 and 13 in the next 47 seconds. Kentucky will win its 25th game of the year. Edwards, another guy they're hoping will come along next year. This is a freshman season out of Westland, Michigan. And he's shown flashes at times, but looks lost at times, as some freshmen do as well. And he's not a good free throw shooter. He's 11 of 36 on the year from the line. Dick, being a math major and former math teacher, knows that's 31%.
Yeah, 31%. Wow. That's almost good to me. Look at Ulis with a smile. I'd smile too if I had his game.
And he missed them both. And Briscoe hits the deck hard. Jackson will had the foul.
What I love about Briscoe plays hard all the time. He really does. Isaiah Briscoe, the way of New Jersey. Here he is working hard on the inside. That was a big play late in the game. Then right here, drive to the basket. Made another big play. Then this one, this was the big play for Kentucky. Gave them great momentum. What about Tyler Ulis on a pass from Briscoe?
And guess what? He's hit all his free throws, and that doesn't usually happen.
Stats don't lie, though. Eventually they balance out.
You know, people are going to look at this tomorrow if you didn't watch this game, or you're going to watch SportsCenter, whatever. You look at the paper and you're going to go, wow, that was a wax job by Kentucky. They won by 12 or 13. Wasn't the case. Georgia had a lead in the second half of 8 points.
Yeah,
62 to 54.
Yep. Briscoe getting some hugs. Look at this. Look at this on the side. Oh. John Calipari loves those tough, tenacious players.
Kenny Gaines' second half was not his cup of tea today. First half was. 14 in the first half. Kenny only 2 free throws in the second half.
You know, I wonder if it was the fact that he was concentrating so much guarding Murray might have taken away from the mentally.
Yeah, good point.
All Blue Nation get ready to stand up. Give their Cats a big hand.
Hawkins in the book for the first time.
He was Mr. Basketball at one time. Plays limited minutes. That shows you the talent level they have.
Frazier through the traffic in the lay-in. And he's going to end up with 19 points. Again, but not enough.
Great job of Kentucky at the end of the game. Guard play, domination. And they find a way to win.
Really good basketball game. Both teams played with a lot of heart and pushed it to the limit. Georgia pushed Kentucky to the limit, but their limit sometimes seems limitless. 93 to 80. They'll meet Texas A&M. The number 2 seed meets the number 1 seed. SEC championship game tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. 25th win of the year for the Cats as they walk through the line, and they know they were in a battle today, a cat and dog fight. And in this case, the Cats won it. Georgia has nothing to hang their heads about. That's for sure. They played very, very well today. And I'm sure John Calipari is going to tell Shannon that right now, probably.
You know, Coach, we heard you say to your guys, I kind of hope they make a run so we see what you're made of. What'd you learn about what they're made of?
Well, the biggest thing is I was really on Isaiah. And I was on Isaiah because he didn't have the energy that he's our enthusiasm, energy. He's our defender. And he didn't bring it in the first half. But Charles Matthews did. But in the second half, when Isaiah did what he was supposed to, be that guy, be who you are, be your best version. He just created havoc. But I like what I saw today. I like that Alex started bad and then finished, played his butt off in the second half. And then we got that kid, Jamal Murray, but he shoots too much. I try to get him to stop shooting. He shoots it anyway. It really is.
You want him to stop shooting?
I want him to guard somebody, like stay in front.
First it started as a photo bomb.
Jamal, another great game, 26 points. This is your first tournament. What's the difference? I know you're cool, you're calm, you don't show a lot of pressure, but what is the difference pressure-wise playing in these types of games?
You know, we just build the confidence, and you know, we're excited to play. I think that's the main thing. We're excited. We're looking forward to it, and we go there with great energy with you know, the best fans in the world here. So we just go there and we have fun.
I know I don't have to tell you that you split the regular season title with Texas A&M. I know I don't have to tell you that you split that title with Texas A&M. Now playing them tomorrow, how much do you think you'll think about that?
No, we'll be ready. You know, we're excited to get this revenge back and go at it. And, you know, they're a great team, and you know, it's gonna be a good game.
What do you think you guys learned about winning games today?
We got to fight. We got to start from the beginning. We can't come out casual and lazy. And you know, everybody's got to be ready to play. We're relying on everybody to do their job, and then we had to stumble at the beginning, but we got it back.
Thanks so much. Good luck.
Jamal Murray, another great game. Kentucky a winner, 93 to 80. But let me tell you, the Cats had to claw to get there. They'll meet Texas A&M tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern on ESPN for the SEC Basketball Championship. That's going to wrap it up for Dick and I. But it's not over for John and Sean. John Saunders, Sean Farnham, standing by, guys.
No, it is not over indeed, nor is it for Jamal Murray as he has to go on to face Texas A&M the Big Blue fans will be out again in force, and it's interesting to watch just how relaxed Jamal Murray is. And we should make the point, he's part of Canada's national team program. So he's played in Olympic qualifiers. He played against NBA players. He took them to the gold medal game in the Pan Am by knocking off the United States, which had some NBA players on it. So this is not necessarily that difficult for him.
Well, and it wasn't difficult for the two guards tonight for Kentucky, as it's been all season long. They shouldered the load. When they needed big shots, they hit them. But what stood out to me in the second half was exactly what Coach Calipari was talking about. Isaiah Briscoe in the second half, 8 points, 4 rebounds, a pair of assists in big moments, in pivotal moments when J.J. Frazier was off the floor and momentum started to shift. Isaiah Briscoe made some outstanding plays.
You know, it doesn't get talked about enough. Coach Calipari, of course, he's a Hall of Famer right now. But what a great job he does preparing his team defensively. You hear him joke around with Jamal Murray about not playing enough defense. He demands they get the defense, and Briscoe is a great example of how great their defensive players are.
A year ago, obviously, an outstanding defensive group because they had great length. They were able to block shots underneath. This year, a very different group. They have to be better at guarding the ball out on the perimeter. That has improved dramatically over the course of the season. He's given Jamal Murray a tough time. Briscoe's been the best on-ball defender on the outside besides Tyler Ulis. But now that Jamal Murray's bought in, and I like the way he fought tonight, chasing Kenny Gaines around, those kind of plays, buying those minutes, allowing Tyler Ulis maybe to catch a breath every now and then, pays off also at the offensive end. But they are getting after it defensively. This is the best the Cats have played over the last 3 weeks than they have any other point in time during the course of the season.
So we get number 1 against number 2, Texas A&M against Kentucky. If there was a disappointment in this tournament, it came today as LSU absolutely put up an egg, and it was a goose egg almost, against Texas A&M. And you looked at Ben Simmons, the big star of the game, and people have expected so much of him throughout the entire season. And I really think that he got frustrated both yesterday and today, picking up a couple of quick fouls when he sat down.
Well, early foul trouble will derail anybody as far as their momentum goes over the course of any game, and it happened in both yesterday's contest and then today's contest. The difference being, when he went out yesterday, Tim Quarterman and his teammates picked him up. Today, there was no pickup, and when he came back in, it was just frustration and a lack of effort and a lack of want to and desire from LSU in that contest earlier today. You do have to credit Texas A&M. Look, they didn't just win the regular season conference title by showing up. They do a lot of things that can take you out of your rhythm and take you out of flow. They got great depth, and their bench showed up once again.
Let's take a bit of a detour with a question here about Ben Simmons and the fact that in most situations he would have been in the NBA if he was allowed to play in the NBA this year. You see how frustrated he gets picking up those fouls, and you have to wonder about kids like that are saying, why am I even in college when I can't play? And they're telling ticky-tacky fouls on me right now. I may as well go play in China or somewhere in Europe, follow Moutier and do those type of things.
Or you can do this, or you can do that. You can be part of the Kentucky Wildcats basketball program. You can go to Duke, where one-and-done kids have flourished. And that's not to say that you're not going to see other one-and-done kids. I think Lonzo Ball is going to UCLA. He's going to be a one-and-done guy next year. But there's a way to have fun and do it. And you know what? Unfortunately for Ben Simmons, it didn't work out well for him. And I think that really benefits Kentucky. I think it really benefits Duke moving forward with these one-and-done players. Malik Monk was criticized when he decided to leave Arkansas and join the Kentucky recruiting class for next year. And they said, well, why didn't you just come to Arkansas? You could have been a one-and-done here. You could have just driven down the street. I think it's because the system is in place for one-and-done kids to be very successful. Look at Jamal Murray. Look at how his season has progressed. Look at how he has grown as a player. And I think that's one of the things that Coach Calipari has a great selling point of.
Well, without question, there will be other players that come through Kentucky with that in mind as well. Tomorrow they have to face Texas A&M, both after the championship in the SEC. Let's join Carl Ravitch and Miles Simon.